So Tori, you want to, thank you so much. So welcome to tonight's incredible overview. My name is Jessica. They call me J-Lo. I'm sitting down. You can't tell, but I'm a little on the shorter side, hence Jessica Lowe. But I'm excited to be here with you tonight because the information you're going to hear tonight is not just powerful information, but it's definitely been something that I'd like to call a game changer, both in my personal life, my business life, my family life. I mean, it encompasses a lot of really great stuff. So again, I'm excited to be here with you. I come from the sunny state of Florida. I was just telling some folks earlier, it was about 82 degrees. And so yeah, maybe I'm a little bit more pep in my step, a little happier today. I was able to get outside, get walking and do some awesome things. And it's because of this information that you're going to hear tonight. The reason why I feel the way that I do, the way that I look the way that I do, the way that I have the energy that I do, doesn't matter what time it is, but it really is because of this information that I'm going to share with you. So what I'd love to do, first of all, is just give you a little bit about myself. My background may be very similar to you all. Okay, very similar to you all. My background is one in that I come from a very traditional background. Okay, I started off as a teacher, athletic director, started a charter school. I love starting projects. So that was something that I'm very proud of. But I can tell you that I ended my career about 7 years ago, six and a half, 7 years ago, with the Parks and Rec department because I had hit a ceiling. I don't know about if anybody here, actually, has anybody here ever hit that ceiling where you thought you'd be farther along in your career than what maybe someone else told you? That's what happened to me. I see for sure that's what happened to me. So I hit that proverbial ceiling and it just didn't feel right. It didn't settle right in my gut. And a great friend of mine, I think, recognized that even before I did, if you know what I mean. I was going to work through it because my dad worked for the city and I had 11 years in and I was going to keep doing that because that's what I was going to do. And she said, you're not exactly in a nice mood all the time. Why don't you check some information out? So she really approached me from a health perspective and it opened my eyes. When she said this term nutrigenomics, I was completely like, what are you talking about? So she asked me to watch a video. Fast forward almost 12 years, here I am in front of you because of one little video and one decision to say, let me activate my body versus supplement my body. And you're going to go, what does that mean? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to share with you a few slides. And then I'm going to ask my guest to kind of share a bit of her story because her story is really powerful, not only for herself, but what she saw with her own family. And then what she's been able to do with her best friend too, which has been pretty cool, right? So it doesn't just mean my family, but it's also my friends included. So let me do this. Thank you for making me a co-host. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and share with you that term that I just mentioned, that activation term versus supplementation term. You see, growing up, because I was an athlete, a collegiate athlete, my body started to maybe break down a little sooner. I don't know if we got any athletes here. If anybody's an athlete, just drop it in the chat box. I'd love to see that. But athletes know that as you age, your body don't do the same things that it used to do, right? And because of that, as the body is breaking down, other things begin to happen. The aging process starts. So when we say activation, this is where my friend knew that I'd be quite interested to maybe pay attention. So she talked a little bit about this, your body is being hijacked. And I was like, yeah, like outside, the pesticides, the pollution, like I said, being a former athlete, my body was being hijacked by something called oxidative stress. If you're not familiar with that is, it's literally the aging process that as we breathe all these things and we eat the foods that we probably shouldn't eat, right? And as that's occurring, what happens is our body begins breaking down internally and the rusting process happens. And I say rust because it really is. We're rusting on the inside. And I was like this, my eyes got really wide open. And the first person I wanted to go talk to was my mom. And I said, hey, Mom, would you check this information out? Because she'd been in the medical field. I trusted her. And I said, would you watch the same video that I just watched? And I'm not going to show it here today, but I'd like you to go back to the person who introduced you and said, come visit us, right? Check this information out. I'd love for you to watch it, but it's an ABC primetime report. Some really cool information in addition to peer-reviewed research studies have all kind of happened over the last decade, right? And what we found is this particular product, an NRF2 synergizer comprised of 5 ingredients: turmeric, you see it right here, turmeric and milk thistle and green tea, bacopa, ashwagandha, natural ingredients that when they're combined together, oh my goodness, magic happens. And the magic is, look at this, it lowers oxidative stress. The very thing that had been attacking my body, and I didn't even know it. I had no idea. I'm like, no wonder I'm so tired. No wonder I'm not ready for my day. No wonder I don't recover fast enough. No wonder I felt 50 at the time. Yep, I did say my age. Oops, I was going to ask you to guess that. But yeah, I'm 54. I'll be 55 in July. I'm pretty excited about it because you know what? I don't feel it. And it's just one more year to say, yes, I'm here. So when we talk about the process of that, okay, when we talk about the process of that, the beauty of what we have is that this product reduces that oxidative stress level, right? And in addition to that, guess what? Look at that last bullet point. It increased the median lifespan of male mice. That's a study from the National Institute on Aging. See, that made a difference for me. See, my dad passed away at 56 from cancer. He had diabetes. I was 25 years old and thought, that's too young. But I didn't really know what to do about it back then, right? So here I am, fast forward now. That one statement, whew, makes my heart sing because I can share this with more people. And so one other thing I want to point out in the slide, see that little BSCG, that little certified drug-free label right there? See, former athlete here. I've got a lot of friends who made it a little further in their athletic career. I was a collegiate athlete, but some of them even went to the professional level. And I could bring this to them and say, hey, guess what? You know, your friends that are still playing can take it. Like all of these things were check marks for me from a product standpoint. And I said, oh my goodness, this is something I really want to talk about. So it got even deeper. I was like, there's peer-reviewed research studies. See, I didn't tell you this, but I kind of am a little science geek. I really am. And I was blown away by the simple fact that there was over 20 peer-reviewed research studies. But I look at some of these universities, Harvard, the American Heart Association. Like we're in the middle of Go Red Month. Like, do you know that 1 in 3 women die of heart disease? And I know about this, I guess I got to talk to somebody, don't I? And so that's where my mindset began. It began to shift from being someone who was really concerned about her own personal health to now I should be concerned about others' health. That's really what I should be doing. Be concerned about others' health too. And so through that process, look at this. The NIA study confirms a protandim extends life. That's that research study that I was saying. It's right here. Here's another one. NRF2 may well be the most extraordinary therapeutic and extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. All these things were just like hitting me in the eyes. And I thought, my goodness, this thing is real. And so when I look at that, it's like, okay, the check mark and the products, I'm going to take them. But what about this company? Who is this company? Well, guess what? It is network marketing. It is network marketing. It's a way to be able to share this information through stories. What better way to do that? And the person that you're going to hear from in a second, her story is powerful. You're going to hear why I'm super excited, right? Not only is the company publicly traded on the NASDAQ, okay? Yes, this sold in retail. Yes, it's now in this direct sales / network marketing model, right? But because it's publicly traded, we have some parameters that are put on us to make sure that we're in a good space. And that was really exciting to me too, coming from the government, working in local government as a Parks and Rec professional. I thought, wow, they've got some people watching out for them. That's great, right? The exemplary corporate leadership. Are you kidding me? This past weekend, we got to sit down with our CEO. I've never been able to do that with the mayor frequently when I worked with the city. I had to schedule that out 7 months in advance, you know? So those are the things that really jumped out at me. And as we moved through, I said, okay, so what does this do for me? I knew for sure that the business checked off because the companies where it needed to be. I knew the products were where they needed to be. I had an inkling that I could maybe do this because I had a great network of people and family and friends that needed to get healthy. And because of that, I said, well, why don't I do this business thing? How do we do it? I'm not quite sure at the moment, but what I did know when I saw that they can tell me their average annual earnings disclosure and that these are real numbers and that people actually can make an additional income, I said, why not? I can do this on the side. That's what my initial thoughts. I'll do this on the side. And lo and behold, it's turned into something that is more than just on the side. It is a full-blown business for me. It's tax write-offs. It's a home-based business that works. And if you look at any of these numbers, I mean, heck, just look at Pro 3, that little orange Pro 3, you go all the way across to average monthly. Who here could use an extra 600 or so bucks a month? I know my niece could. I know a lot of folks can. So when we look at things like that, it was a no-brainer for me to go from that customer mindset into why not a business mindset? Because all of those other pieces were in place. So the question is, where do you go from here? Like, do you need more information? Do you want to become a customer? Are you interested in joining a team? All of that are questions for you to think through. And what I'd love to do is I would love to be able to ask my guest to share her story, because her story is exactly that process that I just went through. She just went through that process. And not only did she go through it, she was able to help someone else go through that same process too. So what I'd love to do is Miss Amanda Fine, and today's a fine Thursday, isn't it? We got a fine Thursday happening today. So Amanda, I would love for you to be able to share. She's up in Ohio, so she's not exactly in the 82-degree weather that I am. But I'd love for you to share a little bit of your story, and I'll kind of walk you through and give you some questions if there's anything that I think you leave out. So go for it.
Sure, absolutely. I just first off wanted to say thanks for having me. And yeah, unfortunately, we're not even close to that 80-some degree weather. But you were talking about your energy and this and that, and the weather isn't what determines my energy. So we're good to go. But so as JLo had said, my name is Amanda Fine. I am an ex-athletic trainer turned nurse. I did a career change because unlike JLo, I am a little hard-headed and decided to do a career change. And then I saw the business model and went, oh, I guess I can do that too. So it took a little bit of a turn there. But I was introduced to LifeVantage through my baby sister, who is actually on this call, and I will forever be grateful for her for showing us this business. And yes, I did say that out loud, and there are witnesses. So, but she, I think, as I lovingly say, was bugging me for like, I think 3 to 4 years. And I was just like, oh, whatever. Cause she's my little sister. What did she know? So we just kind of kept pushing her off. And finally they were running a promotion, and kind of just to keep her quiet, I was like, fine, I'll do it. Here we go. And I signed up with 1 bottle and I took it, and I was like, oh, well, this stuff's pretty good. What will it do if I maybe take some of the other stuff? So we ordered some of the other product, and my son had some other issues with GI tract and stuff like that, and got him started on some product, had some great results with that. Then I got my husband started on some other stuff, and now my kids kind of call him out when he doesn't take it and say, hey, Dad, did you remember to take your happy pills? That kind of thing. So it's kind of become a family, business per se. But it's really been life-changing. Not only do I get to feel better, but I get to see my sister more because we get to travel together. I get to meet all of these wonderful people. I mean, it's just been kind of a bonus all the way around. So really, there wasn't a bad decision made. So thank you, Michelle.
I love this. I love it. So Amanda, so let me take you one step further. And so part of why I love what we do here, okay, and why for you all as guests who are watching this, this is really why network marketing works. It's called leverage. So if you're not familiar with that term, it's the idea to be able to drive and build teams, right, of individuals doing the same thing that you're doing. So that's how we do this business. Like I shared with Michelle, and Michelle shared with her sister, and then her sister actually shared with her best friend.
This
And
is
how
true.
cool is this? So your best
Yeah.
friend met
I
all
got
these
her.
wonderful people too, right?
Oh, absolutely. I got her started on some product, and she actually came to an event with us, got to meet all of you beautiful people and more, and was so excited about the community and the products because she's had some wonderful results with the products as well, that she decided to join. She, as a guest, brought guests because everything was going so well. I mean, it was just truly, it was the snowball effect. It was like, good begets good, begets good, begets good. And so, as I had said earlier, I think to you when we were talking, yeah, you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. You have this community, this team, and we really truly work together. You're putting this good juju out in the air to help each other. And I may not profit off of everybody there, but I don't care. I'm helping you because I want to see you succeed, and that's what it's about.
I love it, Amanda. So thank you so much for sharing that story. I can see a lot of heads nodding, and I know a lot of hearts. I saw people doing little hearts and some giving some love over here. But Amanda, it's you're one of those individuals, and I know a lot of us are who truly do want to be in that service space and help others. We didn't really tell a little bit about your background, but you come from a medical background, correct, Amanda?
Yes, yes. I was an athletic trainer, and I am currently a nurse. And that's what I do. That's my job during the day. So I take care of patients, and do all that kind of stuff. And I do this, as well. This is my side gig, my fun space.
I love it. I love it. So here you go. So this is something that you can work in the nooks and crannies of your time, because I know you've got busy days, and I know you got busy nights. And the other day, I remember when you called me on Monday and said, "Hey, my best friend, she's got questions. She came out of this event. She's got questions," and she was in a car driving, I don't know, 3 hours, and the team steps in. And
Absolutely.
that's something so uniquely different than in any other business model I've been in. I've been an educator. I've been a Parks and Rec professional. I've been a nonprofit executive director. I've worked in Orange Theory Fitness. I was a manager for Orange Theory Fitness for a minute. So I've worked in franchises. And I got to tell you, in no other business model have I seen the value of this community that I want to make sure that we put out there for everyone. So yes, our products are sound. Yes, our community is the best one to be a part of. Yes, this is network marketing, okay? But I love the industry, and there's a reason why, because what you see right here is what you're going to get. A lot of people helping lots of people, right? And when it's the right product, and it's the right timing, and it's the right company, network marketing is really a great industry to be a part of. So I want to thank you all for joining us. Amanda, I want to thank you for being a part of this overview tonight. And I want you as a guest to go back to whoever invited you. And if you're catching the replay, great. Go back to that person and tell them where you stand. Because we're not here to chase anyone. We're here to literally provide as much information as we can so you can make the best decision for yourself as a customer, as a teammate, or guess what? I need more information. So feel free to get back to that person. And we want to thank you for having a great night. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. Bye for now.
Have a wonderful night, everybody. Stay warm.
Or cool, like in Florida.
Right. Thank you, ladies.
Bye.